guys, it's Lori here at Lore Stitches on YouTube and also at Lore Stitches over on Instagram. Welcome back today for Flosstube number 26. I think. I might be wrong. So welcome back for whatever Flosstube it just said because I have no idea. It's been a few weeks. I was supposed to record 2 weeks ago, I think 2 weeks ago, and I missed it. So I apologize for that. I was kind of in a rush of my last day at my old job, the training that I had to do for my new job, going to Oklahoma to see my grandbaby, went to Missouri to see my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, and nephew, went to Iowa to see my son and his girlfriend. And of course I saw my son and his girlfriend with my grandbaby too, but you know, she just turned 1, so we wanted to go see her. So, that was a lot of traveling and everything, and it was Memorial Day weekend, and we came back. We've had a lot of stuff going on too with our dog Loki, who is only 8 years old. He's a golden retriever. In April, he started having some sneezing and eye watering and the third eyelid coming up, and he usually does that because of allergies. And we did the whole antihistamine and steroid thing, and he didn't get any better. And so I took him back, and when I took him back, sorry, Taryn just jumped up here. When I took him back to the vet, he was kind of leaning against me, and when he was doing that, I could feel it's like a baseball-sized lump right here. And so I asked the vet, please tell me this is a lipoma, which is just a fatty tumor and not anything else. And he felt it and he goes, well, it does feel slippery. And I was like, okay, like a lipoma, right? And he said, that's what it feels like. And I said, okay. And that was the first time. But when he didn't get any better, we took him back, and he now had one on this side. And so I'm worried because that's where your lymph nodes are. Oh gosh, now I've got Eva up here too. And so I was worried about lymphoma, which can happen in golden retrievers. And they're all trying to get up here now. Sorry, floof tail. So we had to do a fine needle biopsy. We did that, and it didn't come back as anything. It came back as proteinaceous fluid. But when they pulled it out, they said it was very bloody and gross, so it didn't look good. But they didn't find anything in it, so then they had to knock him out and do a wedge biopsy, where they actually cut a piece of the lymph node and send it in. The first one took 7 days, the second one took 10 days, and apparently they had to call other pathologists in because they did not find any cancerous cells, but they found something called acute lymphoid proliferation. So they don't know whether that's benign or malignant. So now we have to go to a veterinary oncologist. So we have that appointment next Tuesday. In the meantime, the popliteal, so that's behind your knees, those have swollen up in him. And she was worried that she could feel something around his thyroid. He also has Horner syndrome, which the whole right side of his face is paralyzed. And we don't know if that's in relation to this big, mass that's right here. But he can't blink this eye, and he can't move this side of his mouth. So when he pants, this side comes way back and this side hangs open, and sometimes he drools because it's kind of droopy. They did not say it was a stroke. And also his ears, when you say his name, this one goes up, but this one doesn't move at all. So now we have to do re-wetting drops in this eye because he can't blink this eye. His left eyelid is still up and red, so we're still doing eye drops on this side because it was really goopy and gross. We've given him steroids and antibiotics. Not much has changed, so we're waiting for the oncology appointment on Tuesday, which my new job starts on Monday, so my husband's going to have to take him in and see how that goes. So please, if you do any prayers, if you do any thoughts, we would appreciate it here for Loki because he's our baby boy, and he is the sweetest dog. I say that, all my dogs are pretty sweet, but, I got him when he was about 6 weeks old, so I don't want anything to happen to him. My husband is very, very close with him. He had jokingly said several years ago, if he ever dies, I'm going to have to take a whole month off work to mourn because he just loves that dog. And Loki can have anything, So the other dogs you know, get treats and stuff, but Loki has double treats, you know, so it's that kind of a thing. So anyway, luckily we have a wonderful boarder who boarded our dogs, and we were able to give her all of his meds, and I know she kept great care of him. She even talked about keeping him separate if I wanted, but I was like, no, he's with the other dogs now, like let him be with the dogs. But he sometimes will get limpy in his back end, and it had just been the right side that we had noticed about a week prior to him going to the vet or the boarding facility. And then when we got all the dogs out of the kennel, Lila kind of ran over him just in excitement to get out, and then he could not move either of his back legs, and so he's kind of dragging his butt. So I'm really, really worried that it is something like a lymphoma and it's spreading. I don't know why that would happen, but we got a lot to find out, and I'm sure they're going to want to run a whole bunch of tests and imaging and all of that stuff on Tuesday, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, thoughts and prayers would be appreciated for my Loki baby. Otherwise, everybody else is doing well. My kids are doing well. We just got back this week and excited to be back home and sleeping in my own bed. You know how that is when you go somewhere else and you sleep on, you know, different beds, and it's just not the same. Okay. Let's get to the stitching. So sorry for jabbering on for a long time, just kind of explaining why I'm a little late coming back to this, but I start my new job on Monday, so I need to get this done and show you all what kind of progress I have made on my works in progress and WIPGO and all of that. So my WIPGO goals did get met for the month of May. Last time when I had shown you my WIPGO, I had completed one of them, and the other one was the Evergreen sampler by Ink Circles. So let me show you where I was before here. This is what it will look like when it's done. And this is what it looks like now. This thread is from Night Stalker's Calling on Etsy, and it's called The Bog of Eternal Stench, which is from Labyrinth, in case you don't know, which is why I have my little hello, you know, the little worm in Labyrinth. That's also from Night Stalker's Calling. This fabric is from me. This bag is a sunflower bag from DotDotGoose. Yes. All of that information will be linked below, just so you know. And so this was 500 stitches is what I had to put in on this. And let me see what I actually put in on it, because I wrote it down. So 500 stitches. These are all, I'm doing this 2 over 1 half stitch, but I did over 1,000 half stitches on it. I called this Woodland Vines, right? Yep. Okay, so 587.5 full stitches is what I did on this. My goal is 500, so that crosses it off for WIPGO. So that's that piece done. She did call new WIPGO while I was gone on vacation. And she called numbers 2 and 25 for June. So today is May 30th, which is Thursday. And I just now, when I came down here to my craft room, went to see what 2 and 25 were. So 25 was my evidence-based project that I actually finished at the end of March because it was a gift, so I wanted to give it to someone. So it was on my goal to finish this year. So it was already done. So I was able to just mark number 25 completely off. So that's nice. Number 2, let me show you. Gosh, I can't even get this thing in here right. I don't know what it's hitting against something. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. my number 2 is in this book, which is A Cross Stitch Christmas, and I actually picked this up on Amazon. It's got handmade memories at the bottom, and it is called Evergreen Sampler by Karen Kluba from Rosewood Manor. This is what it will look like when it's done. And I just did a start on this last time, so nothing super exciting. This is what I have on this. So it's hard to see here because I've done some of these other little pieces here. But this is my evergreen tree. Now you can see I have a mistake over here because it's supposed to go out one more than the one above it. This one is the exact same. This branch on the bottom is the exact same. So I'm going to have to frog that and fix it. So my goal for this project is, let me see if I have it written down here somewhere. Here we go. I want to do the bird. There's a bird that sits right over here. And 3 trees and a squirrel. So there are, below this, it looks like it goes down. There's a long tree here, 2 trees over here, and a squirrel at the bottom. That's my goal for this piece. So I will be working on this one for the month of June. So I've pulled this and I've left it out so that I can pick this up and work on it this month. So this is in a Pinky Promises bag on Etsy. So I'm going to tuck that one back here. Now, 50 before 50. That's my next project goal. So I think I had told you guys in my last one that I was going to try to start several in this month. I did start several this month. In fact, I started, well, I'm not done. The month is not done. I still have a couple of days. Let's see. I started One Nation by ByGone Stitches. So let me show you that one. I have them all kind of sitting here. My cat's trying to grab it as I pull it out here. Let me show you what it's going to look like. And I do have the called for Classic Colorworks threads for this. And this is where I got on it. Sorry, my grow lights just turned off, so it might be a little darker on this side because they're over here. So yeah, this is a Picture This Plus fabric. It's a fat half, and I want to say it's heroic, if I remember right. I will put that in the box down below because I have it somewhere here on my fabric, and I will check that out. But it's kind of a beigey color, but it's got some reds or pinks and blues all over it, so kind of patriotic. So this one was 185 stitches just on the blue color. So there'll be white little stars in here, and then the red will be all the states' names in it. But anyway, this is what I have so far on this start. So that was my 8th start. Yes, my 8th start for 50 before 50. So that one will now go back in the WIP bins so that I can start working on that again at another time. My 9th start was Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. This is in a, doesn't say what kind of bag, but I will look it up and put it in the, oh, DotDotGoose. Love this color. It's pretty. Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. This is what this one looks like. And this is also Picture This Plus. I want to say Legacy maybe, but this is where I am on this piece so far. This is 165 stitches. This little Needleminder was from the Black Needle Society. It's one of their boxes. And again, I will put everything in the link below. I'm using the called for Classic Colorworks for this as well. And so this is another 50 before 50 start. Okay, so that one was number 9, right? I gotta find it on my list here. Yes, okay. Number 10 is Cottage Garden Sampling. And it's their house series because I am in love with every single one of these damn houses. The Castle. And I had asked Vicki Clayton from Hand Dyed Fibers to convert this from the called for colors into her silks. My fabric is Rainy Day, and it's an 18 count Aida by BeStitchMe. And let me see what I did. 177 on this one, but it's not a whole lot. It's just the white kind of swirly stuff on the top right corner. But I decided I'm going to do that one, the castle, and the greenhouse I have as well on the same fabric. So I've got that piece cut and waiting in here to go. I need to find my threads because they're not in here. So they got to be in here somewhere. Anyway, so I still have coming up the greenhouse as a start, and it's kitted and ready to go. So I'm just tucking it back here again so that that can be an additional start this month. Number 11 is, I got to show you a picture of this because let's see, I don't have, it's a digital chart, so I don't have the pictures. This is, I must have flowers always, always. It's a Claude Monet quote, and it's by Hello from Liz Matthews. So I started this on a 14 count Aida from Hobby Lobby. It's called Vintage Blue. And I just picked some random colors. So I used Smoke and Mirrors as a variegated gray by Hand Dyed Fibers. And then I think I'm going to use this Russian Sage color and do the Always Always. So this is what I have so far. I must have flowers always, always. I just have the I and the MU. And I did 200, I think, on this one, if I remember right. This one's in markup, so it's in a different one. 223. So you can see the variegated gray color there. This is a Clay by Kim Needleminder. I really, really love this project. I actually took it with me. Maybe you can see the Russian Sage color a little bit better here. I was going to make the word flowers in this color, but I was talking to my friend Brandy, and she thought that I should do the words always. So I'm going to switch it to the always because I couldn't decide. I thought it would be either cool to do the flowers in a different color or the always and always. So anyway, that is my next new start. Let's see if I have any more. I do not. Okay. So I got One Nation. I got Midnight Watch, The Castle, and Flowers Always. So I started 4 of them. And I still plan to start a couple of more. I think I might do the Life is Pain Princess Bride. And then maybe one of the Celtic, shoot, what are those called? The Celtic holidays. So I have a bunch of those, like Samhain and Beltane, and I'm probably not even saying some of them right. But anyway, so I will start some of those. And then I think I also have coming up and kitted another wordplay and my Joan Elliott, which this would be my first ever Joan Elliott piece starting, although I have a bunch of her designs. I'm going to do the Crescent Moon Dragon. So I have that all kitted and ready to go. So that'll be another one that I start, another big one, unfortunately, that I'm starting. So I've got that one sitting up here ready to go. So I've got a couple waiting here. Oh, sorry, I keep bumping that. I'm so sorry. So Daily 30 is the last thing that I have to talk about, except for some haul, which is just my BeStitchMe fabric of the month for April, which is April showers. So it's a 28 count Lugana. So, and I got my May one today, but I haven't been down to the mailbox to get that, so I haven't not gotten it yet. Daily 30 is my Midnight Enchanter by Dimensions. Hi, Taryn. Buddy. Hi. Are you happier now? No. He likes to get into all kinds of trouble. Getting to be big, isn't he? I took him in for his shots May 23rd. And they said he's 5.6 pounds. He was 4 months old at that time. So he's just 4 months and a week now. But he's still Sir Purrington of the biscuit makers, though. Eva's in here too somewhere. Her tail has gotten much floofier. She's about 6 months old now. Anyway, okay, so Daily 30. Midnight Enchanter by the Dimensions. It's a chart pack. Charts and charms. It will look like this when I'm done. Sorry for the reflection there. But it's an old Charts and Charms pack. Let me show you a picture of where I was last time when I did this. Sadly, I have not gotten as much done this month, as I have previous months. I'm at about 1,400 stitches. Normally, I'm getting about 3,000 when I do a Daily 30, but I have been super busy with planting when it's nice out, and the end of one job, the beginning of another, a lot of training that goes with that, a vacation. So I've had a lot of things kind of go on this last month, and sometimes it's been just exhaustion. This is what he looks like now. So I had all this done before. So I've been working mostly on the moon, right? So I finished all of this in here because he's got a little bit of moon peeking through here. All of this down in here, and I've gone all the way up to here. There's a purple sparkly swoosh that goes up here, so I've started on that as well. There's some moon pieces I've gotten done out here too, but I'm just kind of going up and around. So he's got a lot of back stitch still to be done. These are all half stitches in the moon, and so when I say 1359, about 1400 is what I'm at, that's actually full completed stitches. So I've been dividing that by 2, so I've actually stitched 2,700-ish, almost. So, yeah, not too bad. He's got a lot of backstitch to go, but I want to crank out that moon. My goal this year is to finish him. He is on my WIPGO, and it hasn't been called yet. I can't remember if my WIPGO was to finish him or just finish the moon. I would have to look on that one, because he's one I started... Gosh, it was when my youngest was tiny, because one liked dragons, one liked wizards, and so I started this one for him, and I did the dragon letters in Austin's name. Started him in 2006. Yeah, my WIPGO goal is a finish, so I better crank this out. Anyway, so it's been hard. A lot of these are tweeting, so I have to do multiple colors together, and that has slowed things down as well. I've ran out of a couple of colors and then had to wait to get those. So it's just been little, things here and there. But knowing that everything is done from here down except for the back stitch is awesome. And really, it's just here up that I've got to do. So I think I'll get this done. It's not going to be super hard. It's just time consuming. So what I will probably do for June is go back to Lady of the Flag, because I'm going to try to maybe alternate these until I finish them both. That would be really nice. So those will be my focus pieces. But June starts in 2 days, right? Because today's Thursday and it's May 30th. So I need to crank out a little bit more on this one today and tomorrow. And then I will show you where I ended May with this guy here. And then we'll move back to Lady of the Flag. So it'll be good because that'll just put me closer and closer to that goal. So we'll see. With my Evergreen sample, I don't think that will take a lot of time to complete. So on the next video in about 2 weeks, we'll hopefully have the Evergreen sampler done. I'll be able to show you what I finished on this guy for May. And we'll see how many more new starts I get this month. I was hoping to get about 8. So I still got some work to do. Anyway, that's about it for me. Yeah, that's all I've got as far as progress goes. So thanks for sticking around if you stuck around this long. If you're new here, I hope you found something that you really like to watch me stitch on and have some progress on. Maybe something that you're working on too. If you're a continued viewer, then I appreciate you sticking around, watching things, like and subscribe and all of those good things. So I appreciate you guys. I will see you in a couple of weeks and hopefully have some more progress. And so in the meantime, you guys have some great stitching days and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.